I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Constitution and the President of Kenya during my service in the National Police Service without favor or affection, malice or ill will, that will at all times do my utmost to preserve the peace and to prevent offenses against the peace. That while I shall continue to hold the said office to the best of my skill and knowledge, discharge all the duties thereof faithfully according to the law, I will subject myself to the Constitution, all acts, orders, regulations, and now or in future relating to my service in the National Police Service, and that I will discharge all the duties of a police officer according to the law, without fear, favor, affection, or ill will. So help me God. I, Japhet Koome, do hereby swear by the Almighty God that I will not, without due authority, disclose or make known to any person any information acquired by me by reason of this of the duties performed by me on behalf or under the direction of the National Police Service, or by reason of any office or employment held by me pursuant to the National Police Service Act, so help me God.
Thank you very much. I wish to congratulate the new Inspector General of the National Police Service. This brings us to the end of the brief swearing-in ceremony, but before we close, I wish to request the Inspector General of Police to come and make brief remarks. Inspector General, please. The chair will come. Come first. Yes.
The President of the Supreme Court, Honorable Chief Justice of our beautiful country, Kenya, the Chairperson, National Police Service Commission, Bwana Eliud Kenovia, the Chairperson, Independent Police Oversight Authority, Madam Anne Makori, the commissioners, both from the Police Commission and the IPOA, the service commanders, the CEO, the staff of the CEO, National Police Service Commission, members of staff of judiciary, fellow police officers, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to start by thanking God, the Almighty God, for giving me the opportunity to appear before the Honorable Chief Justice, and of course before Kenyans, to take this very important oath. Secondly, thank His Excellency the President, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, CGH, who is also the Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces. Thank him most sincerely for finding me fit again to serve our country. Also thank the legislature, the Parliament, for approving my nomination. Honorable Chief Justice, I can imagine the responsibilities given to me by our people. I promise I'll do my best. I will not let this country down. However, I think it's worth mentioning, once in a while, I look at the social media when I want to maybe to follow on gossip going on. Once in a while, I look at the social media. Last night, I know there was a talk that I could discuss in the social media that Koome will be sworn in by Koome. A lot of issues, very interesting discussion. That CJ, is about a wife and husband, is about a brother and a sister. Anyway, I think those are good wishes. That is not the case. I have no blunt relationship with the CJ. It's only that she's married to one Koome Kiragu, and I'm Koome Nchebere. So I thought, Honorable CJ, I make that clear to our fellow Kenyans. Because they're asking now, the CJ and the Inspector General, brother and sister, is not the case. But CJ, Honorable CJ, she's a good role model. She's a good example to many of us. And Honorable CJ, we appreciate the effort you are putting in terms of providing guidance to the whole criminal justice system. I don't intend to make a long speech. I know as Honorable Chief Justice another function immediately after this. Lakini ni kuambia Wakenya wenzangu, tuko na inchi ambayo ni inchi nzuri. Most of us have quite a number of us here have traveled worldwide. I cannot imagine of any other country as beautiful as Kenya, where if you want to enjoy yourself on a beach, 45 minutes in Mombasa, you want a cold place, another 40 minutes you are Mount Kenya, where I've been serving as a commandant, National Police College Kiganjo. You want a desert, fly over Charibe Desert, take off from Lodwar, fly over Loyangarani, land in Marsabit. I've done it twice. The country is beautiful. Our people are warm. Kenyans generally are good people. I've been to some countries where, I'll not mention which countries, where people, even the smile is fake. The food is fake. But Kenyans, when a Kenyan smiles at you, it is from the heart. I recall when we had a big challenge with the corona, we were told not even to shake. But the Kenyans will not listen, hear that, none of that. Will not listen, hear that. Mkenya anataka kusalimia wewe mkikutana mpaka kusalimu kwa mkono. Because our people are warm. We have a beautiful country. All of us, we have a responsibility to ensure we hold this country together. I wish to state na kusema ya kwamba tuko na maofficers wa polisi who are very professional. 98% we have no issues with them. Maybe just 2%. And we are really being assisted by the commission, the IPOA, other oversight bodies. Again, we have the critical mass within the police to manage the 2%. But we are very professional police service. Kwa hivyo hawa wakora wako kule nje wanafikiria watatishia maisha ya wananchi. That will not happen. Mkora ambaye anafikiria atatembea na kisu huko nje, anadunga mwananchi na kisu kwa kisu. Mkora hapo na bunduki, utafanya mwananchi mtukufu aumie. That will not happen. I'm from the college, that's why I've been the commandant. And I will tell you, our officers are very clear to when they are allowed to use a firearm. And it is in law, under the Police Act. 5 instances. When any police officer, his life is in danger, or any other person, the life is in danger, a police officer is justified to use a firearm. When protecting life or property, if there is imminent danger or threat, a police officer can use a firearm. If it is in self-defense or defense of another life, because of imminent threat from, to life or serious injury, a police officer can use a firearm. Anybody who is charged of having committed a felony, a serious offense, murder, rape, manslaughter, imprisonment for over where the law provides imprisonment over 3 years. That person attempts to escape, a police officer can use the firearm. Again, the last one, the 5th one. If a police officer has arrested somebody charged for having committed a felony, then you attempt rescuing that person. You attempt, the law says, a police officer can use a firearm. Therefore, the officers are aware. And any police officer who uses ace or a firearm under those circumstances, we are there to protect that officer. Kwa hivyo tunaambia wakora uko kule kwa estate, unasumbua wananchi kwa kudunga hao visu, kupiga watu risasi, it will not happen under my watch. I will have slept on the job. Wale kule wanaiba ng'ombe, actually it is livestock rustling, it is not cattle rustling. A lot of property destroyed, wananchi wanakufa, maofisa wanakufa. Our strategy now is to target the lawns. We are calling them livestock lawns. And we shall engage Parliament so that such people, they are dealt with for committing a terrorist act. The President has pronounced himself on this. Kile mimi nasema, all of us, let us enjoy our existence. Yale mali umetafuta kwa bidii, tutachunga hiyo mali. Yeyote anajaribu kuingia kwa mfuko wako, anachukua wallet yako, uko na rekbase umenunua ya dhahabu, anataka kuichukua, atapata cha mtema kuni. That is the message you are sending. As I take charge of the National Police Service, Honorable Chief Justice, criminals out there, please bear with me because you face it. We are not threatening anybody, but we are stating things as they are. Tunataka kusema ukweli. Tuende mashambani tulime, kila mtu ashughulikie aso yake, lakini si mambo ya kusumbua wengine. Otherwise, Honorable Chief Justice, once more ni kusema shukurani sana. Mungu abariki nyote na Mungu abariki nchi yetu tukufu. Asante sana.
Thank you very much, Inspector General of Police, for your remarks. Before I welcome the Honorable Chief Justice to make her remarks, let me take this opportunity to welcome the Chairperson of the National Police Service Commission, Mr. Kinuthia, to make some brief remarks.
Honorable Chief Justice and the President of the Supreme Court of Kenya, the Inspector General, National Police Service, the DIG, Kenya Police Service, DIG, Administration Police Service, the Director, DCI, my colleague, Chairperson for IPOA, my colleague Commissioners, senior officers here, our friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
I am a very delighted person, Honorable Chief Justice, this morning. What have just progressed completes our setting as an institution. And when you see, as we sit here, with now the Office of the Inspector General already in place, the Deputy Inspector Generals, and DCI, and our oversight, IPOA, and the National Police Service Commission, completes what was envisaged in law as the independence of National Police Service. And we have an inbuilt mechanism to regulate this institution internally and externally. So I want to really thank you, because we are once again here. The other day we were here because of DCI, and we are once again here because of Inspector General, to complete this institution so that we can function. Secondly, I want to thank His Excellency the President for his continued support and enabling an environment that he has given us to operate as per the law. It is very important to note that we have that goodwill and we have that support, so that the job before us, it is us to do it to the best of our capability. without pointing or looking behind as to why we cannot perform. We have absolutely no reason to deliver. Finally, Inspector General have said very good words, and I'm happy Kenyans have heard from the man now at the helm of leading the National Police Service. We want to assure Kenyans that all our support as institutions is behind the National Police Service to ensure that the Inspector General deliver on his mandate. Time moves very fast. The other day we were here with the former Inspector General. You cannot believe it, we are again here with the new Inspector General. We were here for commissioners. We are now left with only 2 years, and you cannot imagine, time can move very fast. Inspector General, there are issues, and you've spoken very well for Mwananchi. Allow me to just mention a few ones for you, because you are a police officer. This police officer, Honorable Chief Justice, they serve the people. They have only the commission to look after their welfare. They have the only commission to spend a night and day thinking how they are better, because they have given it all to the Mwananchi. I want to assure you, Inspector General, your welfare first and that of officers will be our first priority as the commission. And we want to work together to make sure that the issues officers have raised, and there are issues that have been there, and we need to ensure that they are brought to a conclusion. We have the issue of the universities and police officers pursuing higher academic levels, which is their right. But we must keep to the doctrine of the institution. We must not convert police to be a training that you go to the university as an undergraduate course, and the degree determines your positioning. Honorable Chief Justice, this is a unique institution. The moment we disorganize the ranking order, we have no police. So I encourage police officers to pursue, because it's within their right, but when you come back, allow us to also tell you the limit of number of inspectors in the establishment that we can take. And when we cannot take any more, please allow us to create opportunity and to also allow you to attend at least SOIP course for inspector, so that you don't fly from constable and we give you a responsibility that you cannot manage. However, we know there are times we had a corrective measure, at one time corrective measure, and we allowed a number to boost up a level of inspectors. For those one, we will oblige to the law. And I ask Inspector General to give that a priority, so that we reduce the feeling of affection or disregard among police officers that they can serve. The other very key important matter, we just finished a medical assessment of police officers for those who are disabled, maimed in the line of duty. We have a number in the report that we will be asking the Inspector General to allow lighter duty. And others, we may pursue an encouragement on medical ground to allow those who can work, because this is a job that the minimum requirement is physical fitness. That one we cannot compromise. But as a commission, we are considerate that we got each of these men and women from homes whole, straight, handsome, and beautiful. They may be limping now, but that's not the way we employed them. So we are considerate for those who have various ailments, and we will continue supporting them until when we can be able to reach a time when we allow them to also rest together with the others in the society. So that is the second priority, the issue of disability among officers, but majority are good for the job. For exercising disciplinary control, the 2%, while we commend the 98% that Inspector General have said, we will be very hard on the 2%. And this, as a commission, we have resolved that we will not delay disciplinary cases brought to us by the Inspector General at the Commission, we will act immediately, but we'll also do diligence to allow a fair administrative action for the officer who is accused, so that he can appeal or have redress, so that we can hear what is really the matter. For those that we ask you to give them a second chance, Inspector General, please bear with the Commission. For those that we also agree with the boards and the orderly room proceedings of police officers, that they deserve to be given another duty to do other than policing, then we will also communicate that as appropriate. So, Honorable Chief Justice, it is my pleasure to say we are very happy as a Commission. The law is clear that once you are an Inspector General, you are a Commissioner of the National Police Service Commission. Today, he has subscribed to 2 oaths, because he has to become an Inspector General first, then become a Commissioner. We will be kindly asking you shortly or thereafter that we have the Inspector General to also allow him to take the oath of office as a Commissioner of National Police Service Commission, so that we can be complete, because he holds a key part in the Commission. We all agree, and we thank the institution of judiciary for their support. We now have a Principal Administrative Secretary, National Police Service. Is a new office, and is an office that is going to go a long way in ensuring financial autonomy and independence of the National Police Service. I spoke with Madam Banis, who is holding that office, and she sent her apology for this function, because she was supposed to be among this team, and in the future we'll be able to be together and do the work together. My colleagues, the whole country is looking at us. We have now been given higher independence than we have experienced before. Let us not let this country down. Let us not let our appointing authority, His Excellency the President, down by delivering what the Kenyans expect. With these few remarks, I thank you, Madam Honorable Chief Justice, and I thank you, everyone, for listening to me. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Chairperson of the National Police Service Commission. Thank you for your remarks. It's now my humble duty to welcome the Honorable the Chief Justice to deliver her remarks. Welcome, Chief Justice.
Thank you very much, the Honorable Deputy Chief Registrar of the Judiciary, Bwana Paul Ndemo, for presiding over this ceremony this morning. Allow me to recognize our Inspector General, Mr. Japhet Koome, the Chairperson of the Police Service Commission, Mr. Kinuthia. It's always a pleasure to have you here and to listen to you talk. And our distinguished Deputy Inspector General of Police, Mr. Ngabo, Mr. Mbogura, and our DCI, all the commissioners of the commission, the police commission, my friend Anne Makori, who is the chairperson of IPOA, Karibu Sana, our distinguished guests this morning, members of the press, a very good morning to you. And very, very warm welcome to the judiciary. We apologize for our humble facility. We hope in future we will have a grand Supreme Court there with an amphitheater where we can accommodate you comfortably. So bear with us this morning. We want BIG to go to work. So we do not even have time to arrange to have a eulogy ceremony, which we could have had, in a tent the way we normally do things. So this morning, we just accommodated you here where we do our things in a very, very humble way. But thank you so much for coming. I wish to congratulate our Inspector General, Mr. Japhet Koome on your appointment and swearing in. And thank you for clarifying that you are not my blood relative. You should also have said the name Koome in Meru is like Wafula, Onyango, Kamau, Mohammed in other places. It's a name that is loved by many people. In fact, it means one who is very clever. That's why it is loved by many people. So I hope the social media will correct that. Your appointment, IG, has come at an exciting time within the justice sector, where also under the auspices of the National Council on the Administration of Justice, all of us, we are actors in the justice sector, have embraced this principle of cooperation and collaboration to ensure efficiency in the criminal justice sector. We have all recognized that none of us can make it alone. It is a shared responsibility, not only with the actors within the criminal justice sector, the judiciary, the police, the prosecution, but also the people themselves. We partner with them because we serve them, and therefore we do this together. It is such a collaborative approach that fosters coordination and cooperation amongst the investigative, prosecution, and judicial bodies that will ensure that our justice will operate optimally. Our hope, One IG, is that you will lead the police service in participating robustly in the initiative geared towards the reforms of the criminal justice sector. We are working very well under the auspices of the National Council on the Administration of Justice at the end quarter level. At the court level, we have a very robust court user committee that links up with the Nyumba Koome so that no one is left behind. At the Nyumba Koome, we are training the leaders there to take charge of the units, to make sure that our children are well guided. Our youth are also guided and counseled towards meaningful engagement. You know the challenges we are facing, the challenges of drug abuse, the challenges of radicalization of our youth, and this is nothing that can be achieved by one agency alone. It doesn't matter how well resourced or professional you are as the police, we must work with the people. The people are central. And indeed, we have the best constitution in the world that tells us power, the sovereign power of this country resides in the people. And the people have just given us that power so that we serve them. So that when you see a police officer, that authority is exercising comes from the people he is serving. So he should handle them with care and with humility, because indeed they are the bosses. But I think we have not even read the Constitution or appreciated it, so that we look at ourselves as the bosses. We are not the bosses. The people are the bosses. So this collaboration will enable us to enhance and consolidate these reforms aimed at reinvigorating the effectiveness of the criminal justice system and ensuring that the system operates in a manner that is ingraining the human rights perspective and is actually friendly in accordance with our constitution. One IG, I also urge you to champion the constitutional dream of democratic policing. This is the Kenyan dream for a police service that serves the people and upholds professionalism. I'm happy you have mentioned professionalism, because no police officer is trained to abuse the power, to abuse the rights of Kenyans, to harm the Kenyans. I even took time to read the police service, what do you call it? The police standing order. I read it and I saw it is there provided that a police officer cannot take illegal orders. A police officer cannot act on illegal orders. So I believe many of them will have very many answers to give if they have acted and taken illegal orders. We are confident that Bwana IG, your tenure, will be marked by a police service that is known for upholding the rule of law and above all is accountable to our people and is associated with protecting the safety and the rights of all citizens. This morning, your team is scheduled to meet with the judiciary team working on the social transformation through access to justice blueprints, because we are really cascading our service delivery to be people-centered, even as the judiciary. Because we are asking ourselves, who are we serving? It is the people. And this is critical conversation as we work towards synergizing and strengthening collaboration to better serve our people. And we thank you for availing time for this conversation and for the future engagement, because we want to see how that vision that we have been sharing with the Kenyans within the last 1 year can now cascade to the level of the community ownership and of the people ownership, and how we can partner with the people genuinely, because justice cuts across everybody. And everybody wants to experience justice. Everybody wants to experience fairness. Even when they have committed a crime, they need to be treated humanely and dealt with within the tenets of the law. Lastly, Bwana IG, the oath which you have taken today will guide you in your day-to-day work. According to the oath, you must never depart from the law. In addition, the oath equally requires you to serve this country to the best of your abilities, and bearing in mind the enormous responsibility placed upon you. And thank you very much, Chairman of the Police Commissions Service, Bwana Kinuthia, for assuring our officers that their welfare is being taken care of. I commend you for that, because as we put them forth to go and offer their life, their service, their professionalism, we need to take care of their welfare. Because they are, at the end of the day, they are our brothers, they are our sons, and we care for them as well. So I will also be joining you to call upon Kenyans to be also kind and sensitive to our police officers and to treat them with kindness. So with those few remarks, I wish you well in your new appointment, and I pray that God will continue to guide your work and to shine His light upon you, and will bring all the right people and the right tools and equipment, whatever is required for you to undertake this onerous responsibility that has been bestowed upon you. Thank you very much, and all the best.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chief Justice, for those those illuminating and inspirational remarks. This now brings us to the end of our ceremony today. We are going to have a brief photo session right outside, and I'll kindly request that we make room for the Inspector General and team and the Chief Justice to make it to the stairs.
Well, and there you have it. The new Inspector General of Police, Japhet Koome, has been sworn in at the Supreme Court buildings and which was presided over by the Chief Justice Martha Koome. The new IG making some promises there, saying that he is grateful for being appointed and that he will actually champion a police service that will uphold human rights, in the sense that no rogue police officer will be entertained in the service and that they will be dealt with, including criminals and even cattle rustlers. The new IG also promised that he will be able to support Kenyans in all matters security, in terms of property and all that. So the new Inspector General of Police there, Japhet Koome, making promises, ensuring that Kenyans they coexist peacefully in the country. Even saying that Kenya is one beautiful country that he cannot compare to any other, which has freedom of movement. So we'll be bringing you more of this particular story in the swearing in of the new Inspector General of Police, Japhet Koome, today at the Supreme Court building in Nairobi. The Chief Justice Martha Koome also speaking during the swearing in and calling for collaboration, in the criminal justice sector between police, the judiciary, and even the prosecution, and even asking Kenyans to give the National Police Service much support when it comes to